Hi everyone, this is Bev, Clarko Vision. This is going to be my contest entry for Daniel at Vinyl Hazard. Now, congratulations Daniel, before I go any further, on your first year in the VEC making videos. Like many of us, Daniel started out by probably discovering somebody's video and realising there was a few people out there showing vinyl collections and CD collections, and started watching a few channels and decided one day he was inspired to start doing his own videos and launched his own channel kind of thing, which is kind of how it was for most of us, and I can't believe it's been a year already. The time seems to zoom by in the vinyl community and in life for the most part. So Daniel, brilliant, congratulations on your first year. Great channel, I've loved watching your videos since I've discovered you. You have a really interesting selection of metal bands, always, you know, like most channels, there's always a band or two that you don't know anything about, and it's interesting to discover new bands, obviously, and artists, and that's been the key for me as well. I have discovered a whole load of bands thanks to watching people in the VC. So I'll just get down to it. So Daniel at Vinyl Hazard, he is having a contest or like a giveaway to celebrate his first year in the VC, which is really cool. And he's given away 2 full-length albums of a Swedish black metal band that he really enjoys. And he thought it would be interesting to just take this band because it's one of these bands that perhaps not everybody's aware of, and one that he feels needs a bit more kind of people discovering them because they're good, etc. Now, before I go any further, there will be a link below to Daniel's channel, Vinyl Hazard. If you've not subscribed and you're certainly into metal and hard rock and all forms of guitar, metal related stuff, you should be subscribing. And he's a lovely chap as well. He comes over great in his videos. So the link is below. Please do go and subscribe and support his channel. So getting back to the contest, he's given away a couple of black metal albums from a band. Wormwood are the name of the band, and they are a Swedish band, which is his country as well. Daniel comes from Sweden. And I myself confessed non-fan of black metal. He does describe these guys as atmospheric black metal. Nonetheless, with me not really being a fan of this particular style, I am still entering just to support the channel. And if I said to Daniel, I says, if I happen to win, I'm more than happy to give them a go. And if it turns out I can't get into them, I will then forward them on to someone else in the VC who would appreciate them more than me. Now, having said that, I went and sampled in Daniel's video for this giveaway. He linked a link to a YouTube video of one of Wormwood's tracks, and it's called The Isolationist, and it's about a 10-minute, 12-minute thing. And so I went and listened to it, and right away, I was struck by the song begins with beautiful sounding guitar music, kind of clean tones, and as the word portrays, very atmospheric. You could tell right away there's something atmospheric about this particular track, and it goes on and it gets heavier, and the vocals come in. And then again, you've got kind of softer bits and then more upbeat bits. It is a very interestingly styled song. I really enjoyed the music, actually. For the most part, I thought it was absolutely wonderful. It's the lyrics that get me, unfortunately. I just can't handle the growly vocals. I can't get it. It sounds like people are in some kind of pain because it's not a natural kind of sound. I personally felt that if that was a proper vocalist, a singer, singing words across the top, that song could be potentially absolutely amazingly mind-blowing. That's my opinion, of course, but it's definitely an acquired taste for that style of vocals, and you know, some people love it. It's just something I just can't grasp, unfortunately, myself. But as for the music, really, really nice, really good stuff. Right, so 5 minutes in, it's time to get on with the contest. Now, Daniel's asked for 4 questions to answer. And it is to do with nature and winter and solitude and loneliness, that kind of thing. So question 1 is, show an album that features a forest, either on an album cover or through the songs or the record title or record or title. So I've got 2 I'm going to show here. One I thought of right away, but this one I thought I'd throw in as well. This is Magnum, and it's Escape from the Shadow Garden. Now this is, right away, it's a big tree, big, interesting, and it's like a mystical kind of tree because there are very strange kind of things growing off the branches. And if you open the gatefold right out, you know, you get the full expansion of the under foliage of the tree here. I think the trunk of the tree even has a face coming out of it, actually. So there is a bit of a foresty, mystical tree. I thought I would just throw that one in. But the main one I wanted to show is this one came to me right away when he mentioned forests, and it's the band Dark Forest. These guys are from the UK, British new wave traditional metal band. Great metal with a hint of folky elements about them. And the album is called Oak, Ash and Thorn, which, you know, oak and ash are 2 types of trees, obviously, as well. And you can see there's big forestry trees here. So, yeah, that is my forest ones. The band having forest in their name as well. Next is show an album that features winter, either on the cover or throughout the songs or whatever. So yeah, I've picked out a couple of winter scenes. The first one I thought I would pick would be Windrose and their album titled Winter Saga. So there you go, the album title. Plus, if you look closely enough, you'll see it's a very icy kind of surround to this big, massive doorway here, where this kind of Viking dwarf chap is standing in front of, but it's all very snowy and icy round about. There is also, the second track is titled Winter Saga as well. And the other one, I could have showed this for the forest, I guess, as well, but I'm putting this in the winter scene. And it's Sonata Arctica and Talivio, which I believe is Finnish for winter or winter scene or winter something or other. So yeah, basically there you, and it's very much a winter scene there with all that deep snow. Same on the back, and you've got. There's a song called Cold, which, you know, obviously would relate to how it feels in winter, so that is that one. Third question, show an album that features something about loneliness or solitude, an album cover or through a song or lyrics. So yeah, I kind of picked, I wasn't really sure, this was the one I sort of struggled with the most, because I was kind of looking for, I thought, what song sings about things like solitude? Well, solitude in itself, I view it slightly different to, say, loneliness, for example. I sort of see solitude as a little bit more of a choice you would consciously make to be in solitude, although it's related to kind of loneliness and being on your own, kind of thing. So I found at first, I thought I would throw this one in. There's a song on this album, Keisuke Somerville, track 2, and it's called Silence. Silence as well can be associated with solitude, obviously, if you're in a big, quiet space of openness. Now the lyrics, I'll just read out a little bit of the lyrics, which I thought would suit for this. I'm running in the night, got nowhere else to hide. I'm looking through this wounded heart inside me. I'm walking without aim, no destination pouring rain. Or is it just the end of my lonely road? So it's like this person is just drifting or wandering with no real idea of where he or she's going to end up. And here and now, I wonder how feelings can hurt. Here and now, when silence speaks louder than words. And further down, you've got no looking back, just turned myself away. There is innocence and silence that started long ago, a destiny without you. So it's very much of a solitude or an isolated kind of mood about that song. So that is Silence from Keisuke and Somerville. And another one I picked out relating to the kind of silence or loneliness thing, or solitude thing, was on this, another Sonata Arctica actually. This could have crossed over to the winter as well, Winter Hearts Guild, or even the forest, because there is kind of trees in here as well, but this is the pick for the solitude. And there's a track on here too. Which one is it now? It's called The Misery, actually. Let me just check. So the lyrics in The Misery. So this is obviously kind of a bit of a sad song. And so the second verse kind of starts, reads as, "You steal my only hope and make me stay awake another night. I wish you bear with me, stay near me when the autumn leaves have fallen. Solitude, my pain, the last thing left of me." So it's like the person has just left in solitude with none but their own pain, which I thought was kind of fitting. And the next verse goes on to say, "7 lonely lies written on dead winter's night." You know, so it's very much, I think there's a loneliness kind of feel to that song as well. So that was my picks for solitude or loneliness. And the last one, Daniel asks, show an album that comes from a band that is native to your home country. So I have picked, people will have heard of this band, Big Country. I picked this band because I think they're one of the closest bands to where I stay. They originated from Dunfermline, which is, you know, about 10-15 miles away from here, perhaps. And, you know, they became phenomenally popular in the 80s. And so this band, and I think Stuart Adamson was one of these very underrated musicians, talents. He never got possibly the recognition he deserved. He sadly passed on now as well. He unfortunately took his own life. But interestingly enough as well, on this album, the opening track is a track called Alone. And the guy in this song as well, I think it's about him being alone inside his own head, you know, his own little world and he feels alone in it because nobody, I guess, realises or understands what he's feeling or going through. For example, the chorus reads, alone inside my head, alone inside my room, I feel alone inside my head, alone inside my tiny little world. And he goes on about walking in the darkest places and stuff like that. And so it is a very kind of moody sort of song as well. Great track. So that is my local-ish Scottish band, Big Country. So that is my entry. I hope that's okay, Daniel. And as I say, great stuff. Keep up the good work on your channel. And I shall speak to you guys all in another video. Take care. Bye now.